Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, where so many great events have unfolded over the years, and today this crowd is charged up for a big USC Trojans home game. We've been tracking this matchup for weeks, thinking about a possible top 5 collision. Both teams have done their part, and now here we are, as we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the winners of 8 straight, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. The Trojans will kick this away to get us going here. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today.
They're just trying to establish the run. There's not much there, but give credit to that defensive line and those linebackers attacking the line of scrimmage to negate any chance at all.
Wideouts now clustered. Handoff from the shotgun. And that will pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 38.
Good push up front and great acceleration by this back. I tell you, he's doing a pretty good impression right now of a combination of greats that they've had at Florida State. Guys like Warrick Dunn and Devontae Freeman, and more recently with guys like Cam Akers and Dalvin Cook.
Looking to make a play deep downfield. Deep shot popped out of the 20. They bring him down at the 7. The offense set up now with a 1st and goal.
That's one way to be able to move the football up the field in a hurry. These are the types of plays that can really galvanize an offense.
And this big crowd doing everything possible to inspire this defense down here near the goal line. That's a design quarterback keeper. And he's tackled down at the 4-yard line. Defense getting pushed back.
You know, the real estate gets tight inside the 10-yard line. I love a play caller who has the ability to either run it or throw it. That puts so much pressure on that defensive coordinator to know how to line up. It's not just a one-dimensional attack he's dealing with.
And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. They'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles.
This is why this offense is one of the more dangerous offenses in the country. The quarterback and his legs. It's one thing to try to stop him throwing the football, but you better keep eyes on him because you can see not only can he get out into the open, he has got serious speed to take it to the house.
Looks like the returner will try and field this one. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. shotgun, he hands it off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, there's that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer. This is what makes the RPO so difficult to defend if you have a quarterback who can read it. It's that old argument, which guy has the chalk last? Well, with a quarterback that can read it like that, the quarterback has the chalk last. He reads that they're up, makes the throw in the quick slant, gets some really good yards.
Oh, a big decision here very early. They're going to go for it on their own side of the 50 on the first possession. It's complete. That's enough for a first down. Breaking free at the 35. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs. And the Trojans hustle to the line to run the hurry up. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Looking to make a big play downfield. Incomplete, almost a first down interception here on the opening drive.
Chris, they come up with the incompletion, but I like the idea of stretching the defense. It can do so much to help out with your short to intermediate passing game, even effective.
And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. And it's intercepted. He's got some room and some blockers here. That's a pick and a long return before finally being taken down.
He didn't really seem to feel like he had anybody open. He just puts it up in the air, and the defense says, thank you, we'll take it.
Here comes the bunch formation. First down, looking to throw the ball. And the junior gets home, making a sack there.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
After the first down loss, it's 2nd and long on the 17. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Testing the defense with a throw downfield. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
That offensive coordinator is going to... Words for his quarterback over the phone on the sideline after that throw. You have to be more careful with the football.
And the Trojans' offense is back out on the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. Here's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. Clear movement before the snap, and it'll be a false start. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? There's the snap. Quarterback setting up the throw. When they hit him just as he releases the ball, it's incomplete.
Boy, this one's on the offensive line, Chris. They've got to do a better job of protecting the franchise quarterback. This guy's as good as there is in the country, and they're letting this pressure get to their quarterback. You either get the ball out faster, or the offensive line's got to do a better job of taking care of their guy.
Second down, we're going to throw it. Catch made on the left side. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the marker. And the Trojans will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. He'll drop back here on third down. Goes to his right side there for the completion. Finding some room at the 25. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, to kick the extra point. And it's good. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. This offense trying to bounce back the last possession, ended in a pick. First down, looking to throw the football. Bringing pressure. Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. Quarterback drops back. Quick throw to his receiver, who makes the grab. They stop him at the 45, but that's good for a first down.
Good job here by the quarterback putting that ball in the air where the receiver can make a play on it. And I tell you, Florida State has had some great receivers over the years, and this kid is really living up to that.
Looking for some space. It's Hill. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down, 2nd and 1.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
And he'll loft it to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Florida State.
Great job here by the play caller, going to that 5 wide receiver set. You put all these guys out in space and create one-on-one matchups. It's very tough on this defense to try to win all the matchups and give the quarterback credit for being able to find where he wanted to go to be able to come up with that touchdown.
Now they get set to kick it away. He'll bring it out from his end zone. Solid coverage there. They get it at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. And here comes the USC offense back on the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time. Looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. Scrambling. Now he'll make the throw. It's complete. What a grab near the sideline.
Yeah, great throw here by this USC quarterback, but how about the catch by the wide receiver? And Chris, we've been saying that for decades when it comes to USC and their wide receivers. What incredible history, going way back to Lynn Swann. I know he was a Steeler, but it all started when he wore that USC uniform. Keyshawn Johnson had a brilliant career. So did Robert Woods. And how about Amon-Ra St. Brown and the job that he did when he was at SC?
Quick throw to the left. It's pulled in, completion on a diving catch. They bring him down, but the sophomore quarterback shows what a cannon he has. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1. And the Trojans will crank up the tempo. He'll ride the back again here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Come up on third down. Solid drive. Defense trying to get off the field here. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. And he lofts it toward the sideline. Intercepted right near the end zone. What a play. Big takeaway. Now looking for a big return. Plainly able to take him down, but that's a great return after the pick.
Chris, if you're going to make that throw, that's called a two ball. That means it's got to be on a line. Here he puts it way up in the air and allows the defender to come over and make a play on the ball. Great job by the defense.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball up to the 36.
Boy, another great throw by this quarterback to be able to pick up a first down and keep this drive alive. I'll tell you, he's starting to kind of feel like he's getting into a zone. And boy, Chris, over the years, how many Florida State quarterbacks have we seen get in that zone? Guys like...
He's looking deep here. But this one is broken up, falls incomplete.
Most offensive coaches will be happy taking those 50-50 shots against man coverage, but I'm curious to see if they're going to test this DB again after that coverage.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Looking for the wide out. The sophomore quarterback fortunate that didn't end in an interception.
Chris, that's a classic case of predetermining what to do with the football. You've got this incredibly talented receiver, arguably the best athlete on the field. I get it. You want to get him the football, but throwing into double coverage, that's a no-no.
Oh, the pass is picked off. Going the other way, can they catch him? Steps out after a crucial takeaway. This could be a big turning point.
Well, this quarterback's got to regroup. That's his second interception in this game right now. He's got to do a better job. But, Chris, it's easy to sit up here and say that. Could be the receiver running the wrong route. Balls sometimes can get tipped. All we know is at the end of the day, the guy pulling the trigger is responsible.
Looking to throw it on first down. Makes a quick catch. You make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. The Trojans are going to cash in this red zone trap. And looking to throw now on first down. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
One way to slow down a very gifted quarterback is to be able to get pressure on him. Right now, the defense coordinator is doing a great job of mixing up the looks, and the defense is winning the line of scrimmage, and I think it's really impacting this quarterback's rhythm.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time, and now third down coming up.
Man, the quarterback got nailed there, Chris. We'll have to take another look. He gets the ball out, but he took a big hit. This offensive line has got to do a better job at taking care of their superstar if they want to have a chance to win this game.
The Trojans hustle to the line to crank up the tempo. Fourth down. He's throwing for it. He's got it near the end zone. Receiver steps out just short of the goal line. The offense knocking on the door here with a first and goal. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. He'll try a pass here. And it's incomplete, targeting a man right near the goal line. Offense facing second and goal. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Southern California. So we're all tied up after that one, Kirk. A potential shootout on our hands here?
Yeah, the offense does their job and ties this thing up. Now the pressure switches to the other side for an answer.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. And with that extra point, we're all tied up now in the second quarter. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. And the Florida State offense heads back onto the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. To throw, it's Morris. Short connection to the tight end here. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Pass caught. Second down now. From the shotgun, drops back. The pass rush closing in. A sack in the play could not escape the pass rush. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. Offense will try to convert a third and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. Fires it to the wideout. Wow, lays out and makes a spectacular catch.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
Man, looks like the quarterback's going to run it. That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior. The clock has stopped. We've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble.
Here's a shot toward the end zone. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there, but now it's third down.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
Defense is coming after him. Cannot escape it. Down he goes. The defense will spend their second timeout here to make some adjustments. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half. And the Noles will come to the line looking to keep the drive going on fourth down. Trying for a fourth down completion. Lets it go quickly. The QB throws his third pick of the day. And he's got some open field ahead. The 10. Touchdown Trojans. And the defense joins the party with a pick six.
Well, an aggressive approach by this offense backfires. The defense not fooled at all. Good job of stepping in front of this throw, and they take it back for a touchdown.
Lining up to try the extra point. They knock through the extra point. The lead is 7, 21-14. Getting set to kick the ball off now. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes the Florida State offense on the field. If they want to cut into this lead before halftime, they have to work quickly now. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Took contact on the throw. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on 1st down.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
He's back to throw again on 2nd and 10. Using his legs on the scramble. Slides to avoid the big hit.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
He's running out of time here. He cannot escape the defense with a sack.
I mean, that's another sack, Chris. I mean, we're just getting started here. First half, and you're already talking about giving up 3 sacks. You got to think about changing things up schematically, help that offensive line, and help that poor quarterback before he gets killed.
It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a 3rd down. See if the offense can move the chains off that incompletion. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. And he's got it. He's not going to get the first down. It's 4th down now.
Well, that's a good job of this offense to at least get some positive yards. They kind of put themselves in a tough spot getting behind the sticks. But now, after that big gain, let's see what happens.
The offense will go for it on this 4th down near midfield. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Lets it go under heavy pressure, taking a shot. And he's got it. Touchdown, Knowles.
Perfect timing here by this quarterback. Great read, puts the ball where his man can make a play on it, and they're an extra point away from tying this game up.
And they tack on the extra point. The PAT ties the game here in the 2nd quarter now. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? Some confusion on the snap count. A false start cost them 5 yards. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw.
Well, to call that play, you got to have a lot of confidence in your offensive line and quarterback because you're so close to your own goal line. Here, they don't protect the quarterback. They give up the sack and almost causes a safety.
The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. From the shadow of the goal line, looking to throw the ball. Catch made down the left side, an explosive play. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. And they heave it deep downfield. Incomplete, just 3 seconds left. Time for one more play.
Well, Chris, the offense takes a shot downfield, and this defender does a great job of making a play on the ball. Not only that, he tips that ball up into the air. Good chance for the defense to come up with an interception there.
Hit as he threw. He's going deep here. And he throws his 3rd interception of the day. And he'll be brought down as time runs out here in the first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Seminoles will kick this away to get the second half going. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Solid coverage there. They get it at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. And the USC offense is back out on the field. They begin with a quick throw to the left. Gets some space around the 30. Brought down at the 33. That's good enough to move the sticks.
They're going to pick up a first down. Nice catch, but even a better throw to show the accuracy and efficiency from that quarterback spot. And my gosh, they have so many great quarterbacks over the years that played at USC. Go back to Carson Palmer, the year he won the Heisman. What a brilliant career he had for the men of Troy. Matt Leinart, think back to those Norm Chow offenses and the championships that Matt Leinart won. And, of course, more recently, Caleb Williams for Lincoln Riley, running and throwing and making throws just like that.
And the Trojans will come to the line to crank up the tempo. They'll try to pick up the third down yardage on the ground. Tackled across midfield at the 48, good enough for a first down. Offense cranking up the tempo now, no huddle.
Boy, the RPO gives you more options on your plate. It can confuse the defense a bit as well. Here they trust the quarterback to be able to make the right decision and get the football into the hands of the playmaker.
The shotgun handoff here. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down. And the Trojans come to the line to set a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making some changes at the line. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Receiver makes the catch. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. They pick up 4, so 2nd down and 6 coming up. The offense going with the hurry up. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Looking for 6. Touchdown, SC. And they go in front here in the second half. But they'll try to add the lead now with a PAT. PAT puts them in front by 7. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. This one is not returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. They punch it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop them this time. It's a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 coming up.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Running out of time in the pocket. The junior able to bring him down quickly. So it's 3rd and long from the 29. Defense figures to bring pressure here. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. He's got a receiver wide open here. And an explosive play. Stop finally made across midfield at the 44.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
And that's a solid gain before the defense able to bring him down.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Handoff here from the shotgun. The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what that's about. Offense will have to overcome the holding penalty now. it's a bunch formation. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Looks left and finds his target there. They get him down, but not before he moves the football to the 32. The Noles pick up enough to get a first down there. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
Pressure is coming. He pulls it in for a big gain. They stop him at the 22. This offense in great scoring position now.
But good job with the offensive line giving his quarterback time to throw. And you can see the damage he can do to you when he does have time. A great throw and something you just kind of expect in Tallahassee. A quarterback that can make throws like this.
They stop him after a 6-yard gain. So 2nd and 4. And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. Got space, looking to score. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seminoles. And they'll set up for the PAT. The PAT is up and good, so we're tied up here in the 3rd quarter. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And the return starts just inside the end zone. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. And the Trojans offense is back out on the field. The passing game was so effective in the last possession. Right down for a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
They look to throw it here on 2nd down. And it's complete downfield. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 34. And the Trojans will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. He's found some room at the 45. And that gain enough for a fresh set of downs. Spotted at the 48. And let's see how this one unfolds in the final quarter, set to get underway. At it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. From the shotgun, handoff inside.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. The pocket breaking down. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. The game picks up the first down, tackled at the 37.
I understand the concept of bringing the blitz, and you hope that it gets home. But if you don't, you leave your corner in man-to-man situation against this wide receiver. That is a tough ask for this corner, and he's going to lose that battle more often than not.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Bringing pressure. Makes the catch downfield. Tackle made after a big gain. And that completion, Kirk, puts him over 300 yards passing today.
Yeah, anytime a quarterback has a day like this, really, it all has to come together with the offensive line play, the receivers running these great routes, and he's just in
Touchdown, USC. They jump in front here in the fourth. Kicking team out for the PAT try. PAT is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Florida State offense heads back onto the field. First down, looking to throw the ball. The pass rush closing in. And with nobody open, he chooses to just throw it away.
Well, the quarterback did about everything he could here to wait for that play to develop, and there was just nobody open. It's great coverage downfield, and instead of taking a sack or potentially throwing the pick, he just gets rid of it.
Catch made on the right side. They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now. That's good timing there. Receiver makes the catch and then has some room to run.
Yeah, anytime you're going to run a route like this, you know who needs to get a lot of credit is the offensive line. Because this play takes some time for the receiver to work his way across the field on that drag route. And the quarterback that time had enough time to be able to navigate the coverage and make the accurate throw.
It's picked off again, the fourth for this QB today. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
Here comes the USC offense back on the field. The last drive, the passing game, very effective. Moved them right down the field. And the defense make adjustments. And he'll be taken down, but a penalty flag on the field. That one hurts. Backs him up 10 yards. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? And they'll work the clock here by keeping it on the ground. Breaks loose at the 40. And they're able to get him down.
Man, just complimentary football, really, in a nutshell. They get this football back thanks to their own defense, creating that turnover, working with the lead like this. Really, it's all but over. Now the offense is just thinking about running the football and working that clock.
So the clock stops as we head into the final 2 minutes of play here. This defense needing to step up and make a play now. Handoff heading left. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. This is a big third down play coming up. If they can get the stop, you have to believe we'd see a timeout. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. And he floats this pass deep down the right side. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a fourth down. Leading here late in the game, they'll keep the offense on the field, trying to keep possession and stretch the lead. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. And he's throwing for it on fourth down. Lets it fly to the wideout. The pass is incomplete. That's a big stop for this defense on fourth down.
Boy, interesting call to me, Chris. With the lead, a chance to maybe settle for a field goal, make it a two-possession game. Instead, the aggressive approach. Now you give your opponent a chance to get back in this game.
Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Boy, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
He's inside the 15. They bring him down to the 27. This offense really threatening now. So it's a first down here. The clock is stopped temporarily, but they'll get to the line quickly. Dropping back. It's Morris. He's going to put it down and run. Tackle just short of the goal line at the 1. What a run.
Boy, how many times do we see this late in a fourth quarter? You know the pass rush is going to be there. They're getting after him. They're getting upfield. They get a great push, But what do they create? Space and lanes, and he takes off and picks up a first down.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida State. Kicking team on now for the extra point. And that PAT gives us a tie ball game here in the final quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackle made at the 29, so he picks up about 4 yards by bringing it out of the end zone. And the USC offense is back out on the field. How do you play this now? Do you call a conservative play and just wait for overtime, or try to make something happen and win in a regulation? And here comes a deep shot. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. That's a huge gain. Stop finally made at the 43. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. They'll run it here. Running back has the ball. He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And the Trojans come up to the line in a hurry up. They'll try and run it. Here's the running back. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. They'll crank up the tempo here with the clock ticking down. Second down. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Finding enough space for a solid gain before they stop him. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. So now it's third and short from the 23. Potential 4-down territory. Let's see what the third down call is. Direct snap to the back. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. They're in position now for the possible game winner. Just got to get up to the ball and spike it. They'll run it to the right side. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face. Positive yards at this point in the game are always important, especially now that you're starting to get well within the range of a field goal to take the lead. But if I'm this offensive coordinator and quarterback, I'm thinking about a touchdown here late in the game.
And the offense takes timeout to stop the clock with just 11 seconds remaining. So here we go, third down. Defense needs a stop here, trying to force a field goal attempt. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. And they stop the clock with a timeout, 9 seconds remaining. So on fourth down, here comes a crucial field goal attempt. Oh, and it's blocked. Somebody got a hand on it. And the defense scoops it up. It's a live ball, remember. And midfield, inside the 40, just past the 30. So first and 10, our first play of overtime. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. First down, looking to throw the football. Snags a quick throw. And they finally stop him down at the 5. Solid gain on that catch and run. So the offense will set up first and goal here in this first overtime. looks for an open man. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Into the end zone to take the lead here in OT.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
Pressure on this offense here in overtime. They must score a touchdown to stay alive. Looking to throw. It's Morris. Tries the right with a quick throw. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. And now a decision. Do you kick the PAT or go for two and the win?
Well, this is one of the benefits of going second when you get into overtime. Now you know what you're facing. You put a touchdown on the board. You can either send it to another overtime if you kick an extra point, or potentially, hey, let's win the game and go for two right here.
How about this? A two-point conversion now with the ball game on the line. Finds an open target on the left side. No, he didn't get in. They stopped him. They gambled to win the game right there. Could not score. In these overtime games, Kirk, it just comes down to execution in the moment. Who can make one more big play? They did it. They come up with a signature W.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. I think this likely will end up being one of the best games, not only for them, but maybe in all of college football for the season. To me, it felt like an instant classic and one that fans should remember for a long time.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.